Hey, Shalom family at this time. May the peace of y'all be with each and every one of you brothers and sisters. We're doing a very important video at this time. And the lesson today is love. And we're going to examine this word love. The Hebrew word for love I found was ahab. Yes, A-H-A-B. So we're going to examine this word love to get a closer look at this word love. I'll talk a few brief meanings for this word love. That is very important, brothers and sisters. We got to look at. We got to look at in this whole world situation what we are in at this time. That's my son opening the door and giving me a little interference. So in this word love, we have delight, breathe, breath, the breath of life. The one who gives life is Abba Yah, the Creator, the breath of life. Even in his name means the self-existent one. And how we would say it in English, so you know the significance of the Creator. The Creator is the one who forms things and breathes into it and gives life to it. The most precious thing we could ever bring forth is the life of Yah. When the two become one, the male and female become one. So we got breath, we got breathe, we got delight, ahab. Keep that in mind, brothers and sisters, as I get into this message. Because I'm going to show you what is love. I don't have to go to the scriptures. I can just examine this word love to breathe out to somebody, to delight in somebody, how this will be manifested with each created being on earth. Yes, we will see the ones who hate us that do not bring forth the characteristics of delighting in one and caring for one. Our brothers and sisters. That is totally against love, the opposite of love. All of y'all said in the writings, and he has the right to say these things because he knows all mankind and know the thoughts and hearts of the mankind, because all of y'all said in his word. He made many laws to love him with all of your heart, with all your soul and strength, your might. So we have those in the earth do not follow the orders of Yah. When you don't follow the orders of Yah, you do not love. You cannot love. Aha. Will only destroy, kill, murder, incarcerate, beat down, rob, steal, adultery, fornication. All of these things what I've mentioned that is in the writings is opposed to love. Yes, brothers and sisters. All y'all said he loved Yaakov and hate your brother Esau, Edom. Because the things Edom do, Esau do against Yah and to our Yah creation. So we at this time have been punished because we had ancestors stop loving Yah. So Allah said, through his mercy, he's going to send us away because he made a promise to Abraham, because Abraham loved Yah. He obeyed Yah. So he said he made a promise, if you obey me, I promise to give you this land forever. So all y'all never went, all y'all love, and he make it greet me, never go back in the word. That's all y'all say, I changed not. That's perfect love. Some people call it agape, that's a Greek word. Aha. In Hebrew, the best I can give it to you at this time. And so we have the people in this earth today that incarcerate. When you don't want to be incarcerated, I don't want to be incarcerated. So when somebody put charges on me for out of pure hate, make all kinds of laws, call me 2/3 or 3/5 of a human being, do not love me. Brothers and sisters, you have to take this to heart. If you don't love Yah with all your heart, soul, might, and strength, you will turn and give your breath to, your life to, the hand of the enemy for money. We have many informants trying to infiltrate the ways of Yah, but you will die in these ways, because when you do these things for the government, for money, out of ignorance, you hate Yah, you hate your people. Anytime you would go to try to make a living from this government that hates you, want to kill you, first kill others, that they convince you is spreading hate to them. Because see, this is how the enemy look. The same way of Yah viewed them, on the flip side, out of their hate for Yah, they look at us as an enemy. So they hate us. They try to kill us all mean. They will use the very own family of these people they hate to kill them, to give them money because they know your need. When you're in a situation by your enemy's hand, and they got you, and you're in their grip at this time, they will use you. They will offer you all kinds of money to destroy your people. What they've been doing, they infiltrated all the organizations and brought them down. That's why I tell people today, if you love Yah, you must dissolve your organization. No ifs, ands, and buts, brothers and sisters, once you understand what love is. Yah said, love him with all your heart, soul, and might, and strength. Yah said, a nation, not an organization, but a nation who is Yah in the West must come together and unite with the other nation, Israel, Yah, and we will go home and become one. And even before we get home, Yah said we would choose one to lead us in this way. So we deal with love. And at this time, we are in the midst of our enemies, brought in captivity because our ancestors did not love Yah. But through Yah's mercy and his promises, he had mercy upon us. Through his promise with Abraham, because not one of our ancestors after Abraham, when Yah sentenced them for punishment, obeyed Yah. From the leaders, from the head to the tail. It was only a very few, just a very few. I clear that up. Only a very, very few that Yah spoke for Yah, to tell the people, to warn the people, to turn back, but then it was enough. Yah said, no, it's final. They're going away. I'm putting them all out of this land for a period of time. They will have no kings. They will set up their own king, but wicked kings. Yah said, I will not be with them. In the same time, our people gave up Yah, their heritage, everything Yah said, brothers and sisters. Because our people did not take delight in Yah. They did not breathe after Yah, who loved us. Because love is life. If you love life, you will you will love. That's why the enemy kill us. They don't love life. They don't love us. They destroyed the earth. They destroyed the animals. And they get you to go along with them with all the genetics, food, genetic modified food, engineered by them, engineering, crafted up, formed up, shaped up, microorganism up, slicing, dicing, mending together, death on you. That's why they would take a perfect fruit and slice the seed, slice the gene, the DNA, where the thing cannot produce. They kill in the reproduction cell. They get life for these fruits. The fruits come to birth half dead. And that's why when you go to the marketplace, you see everything seedless just about now. It's a very few things that kept us, it's still in its original order, but dying. Brothers and sisters. Further from love. But our people learn to care for this. They mourn after this. They yearn for this way. More than the love of Yah. Brothers and sisters. I call out to you. Don't come unto me. You can't even come to me, brothers and sisters, if you don't love Yah. So how can you get the Yah if you can't come to your own brother in love? Aha. You can't take delight in me, whom you see. You can't love me, care for me. You can't lift me up, build me up, but you want to kill me. Think about that, brothers and sisters. If you done it unto me, if you do it unto me, what would you think you do to Yah if you was here in the physical, where you could see him? On the physical earth, because he got his form and his shape. Like a lot of people speak against the words of Yah. They don't know Yah. Abba Yah. And that's why I tell my friend, if you draw near unto me, we both could draw near to Yah together. Love is caring. Caring is love that do no harm, no hurt. When you love me, I said, when we come together as a family, we will share our finances. Not come together like this earth and patting the government out of this earth on the purpose just to make money, to stock up a bank account for yourself and forget about everybody else. Yes, some come to us in this manner, not understanding the concept of love like Abraham understood it. Abraham helped all his people that came, even strangers that came among him. To move as a nation, not like the nations. We got to put our finances together. We got to share the whole concept until we get home is to care, to love, to make sure everybody got housing and food to eat, to share what we have. It will be more than enough for everyone. And then you will know the meaning of love. Love is action. Love is life. Love is ahab is to love, to breathe, the breath of life that Abba gave us. When Abba brought us forth as beings from the earth, he formed us for the dust, the elements of the earth that had life within themselves, but the body did not function. It did not live until he breathed into it, brothers and sisters, and into their nostrils the breath of life. To exist is love. We have the enemies. That's why I said they are enemies if you don't obey him. He said the enemy will kill you, brothers and sisters. Take your life. Because they don't love you. They don't love you, brothers and sisters. You might think they love you. And in your mind, because you get from them. So you satisfy your own personal needs, but destroy it. You don't care if your family be destroyed. And some people don't care if they be destroyed. As long as they have their hand in the pot of the enemy, brothers and sisters. That's what I'm telling you. The enemy will set you up in every manner of way, brothers and sisters. You got to know these things about your enemy that hates you. It's killing you. Your enemies of the United States of America dropped a bomb in 1985 on a group of people in Philadelphia. That's not the love of Yah. They love and care for their own cause. But our people overlooked that and said, it's all right. A better day is coming. That occurred to them because of their philosophy, their mindset, their thoughts. The enemy will smile in your face and give you 50 and 40 and 60 years, brothers and sisters. They were hired as judges, police officers, military enforcements, and killed your mama, your mother. And just saying, that's all right, we just carrying out orders. Brothers and sisters, you got to understand these things, brothers and sisters, what I'm telling you at this time. The love of Yah is to cause you to be attracted to him, to draw near to obey him. To obey in every man is ahab, love. Bring not hate. To the one you love. And that's why Yah say he would never go against his own way. Never. Brothers and sisters. When you love him. Yah said we obey him, we will live. But when we disobey him and don't love him, he will not love us, brothers and sisters. These are the simple facts of Yah. See, the enemy work like this. They want you to care for them, but they want to kill you. They want to destroy you. They will use you. All the way up. Because this is how they do. They will tell you they care for you, but destroy your whole nation. Because we have two things in this earth, the love of Yah and the hate of Yah. Because if you don't know Yah, the Almighty Creator of heaven and earth, and follow his principles, how can you say you love him? You can't love him. You don't know of him. To follow in his ways, you must learn his ways, brothers and sisters. That's why he knows the ones who love him. And he knows the ones who hate him. He knows the ones who know nothing about him. Brothers and sisters. And that's why I told the nation, don't walk anyway. Don't take these strange women, these foreign women. They don't know me to love me, to cherish me, to obey me. And that's what Solomon done. He took these foreign wives and they turned them from Yah. He stopped the love of Yah to obey strangers. Many of our brothers do that. They reject the love of Yah. They're ignorant to the love of Yah. For one, most of our people at this time, and they care for somebody that don't even know how to love. Brothers and sisters, you must be taught this way. Yah said he loved Yaakov. Yezreel Yah, his seed. He said we are the apples of his eye, the centerpiece of his eye in the whole earth. Our enemy know this, brothers and sisters. They tamper into our writings. They know our writings. So, if the enemy know who you are, and then they tell you 4 different things that you're not: Negro, colored, African American, black, and you think they love you? You think they care for you because they give you money? You're a fool. You're ignorant, brothers and sisters. To this day, they still don't tell you who they are. This government, the government that is over this government, they will never tell you who you are. But now you don't have to even rely on them to learn who you are. You can learn from your own nation who you are. That is one of the biggest lies of this earth, to give you 4 identifications, false identities, and you are none of them. Not even one of them. Brothers and sisters. But you accept it. And you use it in their face. So they see you're acceptive, you're on a deception of their crafty work, the evil work, the plot to destroy you. In Psalms 83, brothers and sisters, I send this because love is greater than death. In Psalms 83, I'm going to tell you, nations wanted to destroy you from the earth. They wanted to take your breath, your life. From the earth. They want to stop you from breathing, brothers. Why do you think when they got you stopped? They got you there for service and death. In the jail prisons. And our people don't have the heart to move after Yah. And all of y'all say we must love him, which we must care for him with our heart, our minds, and our soul, our strength. I ask brothers and sisters to donate to my site. I will have it posted up again. You can get me 2 ways through that site. It's acting up a little bit, the donation button, or you can come through my email, and I have both of them posted up. To donate, to help your nation to move, to migrate, to get land, and to live outside of our enemies, brothers and sisters. When you help me, you help yourself. You want life, obey Yah. If you want to live, obey Yah. If you want to love, obey Yah. All throughout his laws, he tells you over and over, endless, to obey, to follow the orders, instructions of the one who is in charge, who is Yah. But when you don't obey him, you bring death on yourself. Death, when it comes, it's going to come. Yah said in Isaiah 120, if you don't obey him, which is complying to his order, consenting, agreeing to obey, to follow, to care for his order. And that's what Yah told Abraham, to guard the ways of Yah, which is obey his law, to pass it, to share it, to enter his law into the minds of his children, that they will learn to obey them, learn to love them, to care for them, to watch over them. Because Yah said his laws is the truth. And the truth. Psalms 119, 142, brothers and sisters. He said the laws are perfect, converting the whole person. Psalms 19:7. For the laws are perfect and converting the whole person, making the simple ones wise, the ones ignorant of the truth wise. Brothers and sisters, I bring this straight to you because when you obey him and when you got a heart after him, the heart is a part of your body, your emotion that connects with your mind to your heart. Brothers and sisters, my screen temporarily blinked off, brothers and sisters. So this love is perfect. Love is perfect. If you walk outside of love, you breathe death, separation. See, the enemy want to separate you from Yah and destroy you. When you obey the laws of Yah, the enemy is destroying you already. That's why they give you all of the what they call holidays, sin days. They interject into your mind God and Lord and Jesus. Their whole philosophy, their whole set up to destroy you, to move you away from the mighty Bara, the Shaddai of heaven and the earth, the Bara, the Creator, that formed you, that breathed into your breath, the breath of life, to breathe into your love. The Greeks say gapi. The Hebrews say ha. To breathe this mannerism into you, this life, to make you function, to make your fingers move, your eye twitch. To breathe into the breath, this air, this oxygen, these molecules that go through your body to cause your body to live and function, the ruach of Yah. To cause the ball of fire that dwells in your body, that don't even burn your body up. To keep you warm. To keep your heart beating. The blood circulating through your veins and your arteries. Man comes to terminate the food, to try to kill you, to contaminate you. That's not love, brothers and sisters, at all. To live, they do. But death is coming to them too, brothers and sisters. All sinners will be burnt up in the fire. Only a very few will escape to have the means and the space and the time to repent to Yah and to turn from their wicked ways. It's only a very few men going to be left in this earth, brother and sister, and woman, because their heart is desperately wicked, evil. I'm here to tell you this, brother and sister. I want to extend this video because to experience love, you must obey Yah. Real love. Real love will not kill. Brothers and sisters, an innocent being. Real love don't do this. Your love of Yah do not kill, brothers and sisters. Because to kill is to take somebody's life, to stop them from breathing. See, we got kill and we got sleep and rest. But if you allow a person to die peacefully and they live right, he did not kill them in that way. He's saving them for another day, brothers and sisters. Let them rest. But the enemy kills in all manner of ways that totally oppose the will of Yah. Only way Yah say kill a being when they transgress is detrimentally to Yah creation and destroying that person give up his right to live. Just like the enemy, one day will be destroyed because they broke the covenant of Yah, the everlasting covenant that is for the whole earth. Our God said, if a man kill, he shall die. I tell you this, enemies, you will die. On that day, you all likewise will perish. That's why I say, these informants that is of the Hebrew nation or non-Hebrew nation alike that come up to work for these enemies, to seek to kill, destroy, to incarcerate, to bring down the people of Yah, all will die. If they don't turn from their ways, you will all lose your life for that money. You cherish so much, you care for so much, you crave for. You will all likewise perish. So this word of love will cost you, if you obey it, not to commit adultery against your husband or wife. Brothers and sisters, the word love is life. You keep that in mind. A heart, the breath that entered into your body that Abiyah gave. It's precious, brothers and sisters. You see that even when you see a baby is birthed and come to life in great health. You see the love of Yah. Therefore, for order of one to take someone's life because of their greed and their selfish desires. See, for they want and for their care. See, everyone have a care. If it's right or wrong. A lot of people care for houses and cars and all these things. So they cheat everyone else. They care for land and all of these things. They go and take it. So they deprive somebody else from living. They destroy somebody else from living. Just like the Europeans did the enemies, the native people of America. They deprive these people from living for whatever reason. Well, these people are hating Yah too. Nevertheless, this is what took place in this earth. And now we have the evil European people want to deprive the Hebrew people from living. Sure, we are under the curse. Abiyah said in this setup, is the setup of the earth at this time. Abiyah allowed the enemy to do that. He allowed them to live. But for the Hebrew people I'm concentrating on right now, you must obey Yah to live. This is your only way out to live, and a remnant will go home and be delivered. Out of this remnant of Yah, he said, you must obey him to live. Or you're not going to be that remnant. You will die in jail. In all manners of ways, you will die. I'm talking this to the Hebrew people. I tell you, by the commission of Yah, to start preparing your mind to gather to me. And we will gather to a central location to prepare ourselves to go back to the East Coast. You can fall asleep on this. You can turn a blind eye to this, but you would die just like all these girls and now males been missing, coming on Facebook day by day. It's not a game, brother and sister. The football games and basketball games you watch, them the games that distract your mind and mess with your heart and your emotions. You be up, you be sad, and you be down for these teams. That they do this year after year, in and out, the recruiting of players and out of players, and they proclaim names of people, how hard he could hit, how high he could jump, how sharp shooting he is from the three. Brothers and sisters, will not save you. All of this will distract your mind from the love, and I tell you to send a donation. To help your own self. When you help me, you help yourself. But a lot of y'all don't understand what is love, brothers and sisters. Everybody want a better way. People proclaim out their mouth. But nobody put their heart into the love of Yah, to obey Yah. You fight against the servant of Yah, the witness of Yah, that bear record to you on this earth at this time. Nobody in the scriptures at this time that is living is proclaiming to you live, but I am. And a few others that have this knowledge of Yah at this time. Live, you're waiting for people that never existed, like some Jesus Christ, some Messiah that said came 2,000 years, never existed, never came into existence, brothers and sisters. But I wear the name of Yah on my forehead, brothers and sisters, and my veil, to point to you, to show you who we must serve, the self-existent one, brothers and sisters, and draw near to him. But all of y'all say the brothers and sisters must draw near to each other under in the banner of Yah. All of y'all put within me the knowledge, the wisdom. I don't need an outside government to exercise their philosophy of doing things, their mannerism, their ways, that are pure greed and pure hate. If you go view the video I brought out showing how they dropped the bomb on the people they call it at a compound, see, they put labels on you. And then the rest of our nation go in the blindness and say, oh, they was part of a cult. They pity back right on the very one that hates your heart, hates your soul, your being, hates your creator. So you know no way out because you don't obey Yah. You can't move because you don't know Yah. You don't love him. So how can you love someone you don't even know? But now I tell you of him. I tell you the deeper meaning of love. Love requires obedience to Yah. Love requires you to walk in his laws, statutes, and judgments. That's why all the time tell you about obedience. That's why I put in these all the time to repeat these things. That's why I repeat. Some people say, why repeat? That's how you learn. That's how you remember. It's just like the formulation in school, brothers and sisters. Before you learn the alphabet, you have to repeat it often. Before you can learn about Yah, it got to be repeated often to you. A reminder, often. What is love? It's obedience to Yah. To care for him. And that's why oftentimes told us to love him with all our heart, our soul, and might. And I ask you, I tell you by the words of Yah, give unto me a donation. Whatever you choose, it's your choice. If you want to make this move, if you want to migrate from the one who hates you, don't think in your mind for a minute. If you can, I'm going to wait. The only thing you're waiting for your enemy to kill you, brothers and sisters. They plotting to plan your death and killing you and snatching you off the street from every way. You plotting to plan how you're going to make money. You plotting to plan your next 5 years in America. I'm going to college. You're going to a college that is co-signed with your enemy. You want to learn a trade. You want to learn these things. You should have enough already, brothers and sisters. We got plenty of brothers and sisters that will train you, teach you. It's time to totally separate from this government, brothers and sisters. in every form of fashionable way. I know we totally can't separate from our 100% at this moment, but when we migrate, half will be gone. And as time comes, all will be gone. We don't need the United Nations. When Abiyah gave us one nation under Yah. Abiyah said the world will come to us. In Micah and in Isaiah, they quote the same, from two different prophets, the same wording, that all nations will draw to us when we get home. Why would we draw to our enemies? Just like 83, a song wanted to totally stop us from breathing, talking. That's foolishness, brothers and sisters. And yet, we had people to present this to us. As representatives of Abiyah, I reject everyone who present that to me from now on. I put this on open air. I reject you. I rebuke you. I correct you under the words of Yah, by the principles of Yah, the laws, the statutes, and judgments of Yah. Yah is the standard. It's nothing greater higher than Yah, brothers and sisters. We must go to, who we must turn to, because all the earth must turn to Yah one day. So why would we turn to them and make agreement with them? Why would we return to them to try to be acknowledged by them? By a piece of paper. Brother and sister, when we are the real being. I don't need paper to validate who I am. All I need is a body of brothers and sisters, and the earth will see who we are. That's love, when we obey Yah. We need the real beings, like I'm here before you. And the earth will know that we are Israel Yah, upright strength with Yah. With that I say Todah Yah, Kumbaya.